Hey, thank you for tuning in to Abe Clark's World. Today I have a special episode for you called the ATL Chronicles because I'm down in Atlanta doing 6 shows and they're all going to be about Atlanta artists and musicians and recording artists and actors. My first guest on the show, you've seen her on Greenleaf and you've seen her on Dynasty and other shows and movies. Miss Roxzane T. Mims, she's gracing us with her presence, and she's sharing with us some deep secrets about her career. I just want you guys to get ready because we're getting ready to get raw. Let's get to it.
You've entered my world. Don't be afraid to let go. 'Cause here we do the most. In 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Seeing all that blood freaked me out, too. Why don't I get Jay to sit out there with you?
No, Miss Lawrence, it's not the blood. I'm sick. I think I got food poisoning or something.
All of our biggest donors are going to be at this fundraiser tomorrow, and your mural's supposed to be the main attraction.
I know, but
This is our community, Nakani. That means showing up. But if you're feeling sick, then go home and get well. We'll make do.
Before we get into this talk, I would like to say thank you to all the new subscribers. And please like and subscribe the channel. Leave a comment. It helps the algorithm. This talk is going to be really good. So stick around. I'll talk to you soon. Hello. Thank you guys for tuning in today to Abe Clark's World. I am down in the South in Atlanta, Georgia. And while I'm here, I am going to do special shows called the ATL Chronicles. And on today's show, my first guest, Miss Roxzane T. Mims, is honoring us by coming on. And I am so excited to have her here on the show today. How you doing, Roxzane?
I'm doing fabulous.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. And we have a lot that we're going to talk about.
It's my pleasure.
So let's go back a little bit to your roots.
Okay.
Let's get right into it.
Mm-hmm.
And let's talk about your hometown. Where did you?
I was born in Detroit and raised in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So growing up in Rapids, you learned a lot from watching your mother, the opera singer,
Mm-hmm.
which is probably where you got your singing from, I'm sure.
Okay. I'll take that.
Mariah Carey's mother was an opera singer too.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yes, and she became a pop singer.
Yes.
She didn't sing like her mother, but she was just as good as her mother.
Okay.
Different genres.
Different genres, yes. My mother was opera and gospel.
Okay.
And did a lot of community theater and took us to the theater with her when she did it. And we kind of grew up in that environment, and she did a lot of the musicals. And so I kind of gravitated to that. So I love the theater. My sister gravitated to the singing, but her singing was jazz.
Okay.
Yeah. But I sing a little bit, but again, it's not my focus.
Right.
You know, my focus is being in front of the camera, being on stage, and it always has been.
Right. But when I first met you, no, it was not 20 years ago. It was 33 years ago.
I was going to say it was more than 20 something. I was going to say.
Yes, it was like 33, 34 years ago.
Wow.
And I actually lived down in Atlanta. I lived here for 33 years. Now I'm back home in Los Angeles. But when I first met you, I didn't know you had this rich background. With all the singers that you grew up around with. I mean, tell us about the experience you had growing up around the DeBarges and Switch and all of them.
Yep, Marvin Sapp.
Right.
Byron Cage. I mean, we went to the same church. We went to Bethel Pentecostal Church with Bishop William Abney for a very long time. And that's where I watched the DeBarges grow up, and we went to the same high school. But yeah, it was very, very rich to watch that and to be friends. And we had our own little contests and shows were switched before they were switched. Greg Williams had his own little band, and me and my sister and my girlfriend had our own little group. And again, we sang growing up, and we wanted to do that singing thing, but I always wanted to do the acting thing. And so it was kind of a struggle at first.
When did you make up your mind to really perfect your craft? Because like when I worked with you on the stage, you were not doing any of that at the time. As far as studying.
Right. Right.
Did that sort of like stir it up again?
It definitely stirred it up again. In Grand Rapids, there wasn't a whole lot to do. I did community theater and a few commercials, blah, blah, blah. And then when I moved to Georgia, I felt like this was a great big city with a great big market. And I did nothing for a year because I was scared. But I'm a little crazy if I'm not expressing my creativity. And my children and my husband at the time were like, please go do something. So I auditioned for a play and got in it, of course, and was like, oh, wow, I'm as good as everybody else. I can do this. And it really encouraged me to really start doing it again. And then I started taking classes so that I could, perfect the craft. But in the meantime, I was going to Metro, and we ended up doing Mary and Joseph, and you directed, and had to really encourage me to do the part, because I was like, okay, I can't be Mary. I'm too old to be Mary.
Once I heard you sing, I was like, no, you can do Mary. Mary, you're confident and you can sing. I said, all the other stuff, you can do this.
Yeah, it was very
It was
fun.
hard convincing you.
It was very hard convincing me. And it was hard on the stage because I had started really working on my film technique.
Okay.
And you were like, bigger. I was like, but I want to be honest. You're honest. Bigger. They got to see you in the back row. And it's not like I hadn't done theater before.
Right.
I had. So I knew that. But once you start to work on something else, sometimes it makes you forget. And I kept saying, but I'm not going to be honest. And you were like, it was always so funny. You were like, you are being honest. You have to be bigger so they can see you. And I said, okay. And I mean, it didn't take forever, but I did it. And I was very pleased with the work that we did too.
Yeah. Oh, it turned, I mean, it was a great show. It was out of all the Joseph and Mary's that I directed, that was my favorite production.
Okay.
Because of the quality of the acting, everything about it. And we did it at the Rialto Theater.
I know.
Which is the big theater here in Atlanta.
Big deal. And I had fellow acting friends come, and they were all pleased. It was huge. It was really, really huge for me.
And it was a good way to make your way back, you know? I had a similar experience with that, but the opposite problem was mine. Coming from Broadway, I had to make it small, and it took a few years to really do that where it became a routine. Right. Now I know how to do it.
And you can go back and forth.
I can go back and forth.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I have more fun, especially when I'm able to really make it real. I really love that. And that's why I have, as we were talking earlier about the cast from Beyond the Gates, how they are really connecting to their roles.
Yeah, I love that show. Yes. One of these days, I'm going to get on that show.
There you go. And I don't blame you.
When a lady is introduced to society, she has to make an entrance. And son, it's time for new life. And Chloe is not the one for you. Mom. If she were, you would have married her by now. And believe me when I tell you that Montana's going to have a long line of suitors after tonight. So you may want to consider making a move before you end up at the end of the line.
Roxzane, you competed in local pageants in Wyoming and walked away with Best Talent and Miss Congeniality, even placing first runner up to Miss Kim Zimmer,
Yes.
who went on to be on General Hospital.
Yes.
How did that moment affect you and form you as an actor?
It didn't affect me and inform me as an actor per se. What it did was it built up a confidence level that allowed me to believe that I could be an actress and be professional in this, because I was very shy and I didn't have a lot of confidence in myself. It was interesting because what my mother told me when I won first runner up and Kim won, she said the difference between you and her was she walked and carried herself like she was already the winner, and you walked and carried yourself like you wanted to be. And she was like, and it was that slight difference, because I won talent, I won Miss Congeniality. I could have won the pageant if I had have believed that I could win the pageant. And I didn't believe I could win at that time because my confidence was very low. But that pageant really boosted my ability to believe in myself when before I didn't have that. So it was great. And then to find out that Kim Zimmer went on to be on Guiding Light and I was like, and she was so nice.
So it's not all much General Hospital?
No, it was General Hospital.
General
I'm sorry.
Hospital.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And she was on there a long time. And I was like, one of these days I want to meet her again, because she would have remembered me, because we had a great relationship during the pageant.
Of course, and you're Black. Runner up. So yes. Yeah, she definitely remember that.
Yeah, because she went on, but she didn't win the state.
Okay.
But she got close even in that. So yeah.
How was it to work on Greenleaf in that reoccurring role?
That was God.
With my dear friend
Keith. Keith David.
Keith David.
Dan Whitfield.
He did Jelly's Last Jam with me in New York.
Oh wow, he was super cool. It was God. It really, really was, because I had auditioned for several roles. Nothing came up. On a Thursday, my agent called me and said, "There's a role. It's only 2 lines. Might be reoccurring, might not be reoccurring, but it shoots tomorrow. Do you want to do it?" Yeah. So I went. I was a secretary. I said, "Good morning, Bishop." And Bishop said, "Good morning" to me. And those were my 2 lines.
I remember that.
But it was something about the way Keith brought himself to it and the way I brought my personality to it, that when Meryl walked by, the daughter, she had this like, "What's going on here?" look. And it got played up because people, when they saw that, they thought that maybe me and Keith had an affair based on the way we communicated with each other in that one line. And it was just 2 words. And it turned into being asked back again and again and again and again for 5 years. So, like I said, that was nothing but God, because it was 2 lines that turned into 5 years. And it was an amazing experience, and it was a fun show to be on, and everybody was very generous and very gracious, so it made it easy to work on the show, you know. So,
yeah. It was one of my favorite shows at the time.
Yeah, everybody
I follow Meryl's career now. She's actually a well trained actor.
Yes, theater, everything. Yes, Broadway. Yeah, she has paid her dues to be where she is.
Right, and she rolls fast.
Well, it seems fast.
Right.
But she'd done Broadway and stuff before.
Before coming to
Greenleaf,
okay.
Yes. And, you know, because I'm sure people felt like she came from nowhere to be number 1 on the call sheet.
Right.
But she didn't. She paid her dues. She had worked her butt off to get where she was. And I didn't know who she was before then. Right. A lot of people didn't. But she was doing it.
Yeah. She's on a different show now. I forget the name of that show. It's like a futuristic sci-fi. The world is dying.
That one. Us. Something Us.
Between some, yeah. I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, it's Something Us, but it's on a streaming platform that I don't have, so I've only seen a couple of episodes and really, really enjoyed the show. I want to see more. But she was also the fire, not the fire captain, but the chief on 911.
Oh, right. You're right.
It is 911, right? Yeah.
One of the 911.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love her.
What is your this is a little transition. What is your favorite dessert?
Dessert?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Peach cobbler.
Thick crust or thin crust?
Thick crust. Yeah. Gotta have thick crust. Yeah, peach cobbler with vanilla ice cream. Yeah, I like apple pie as long as the apples are soft.
Right.
Way too many people make apple pie and I don't want to
crunch.
I don't want to crunch into no apples. I want it to be soft. I want it to be pie.
That's right.
Yeah, but I love peach cobbler.
Right, and that's why you like peach, because it is definitely soft.
Yes.
And so that makes sense why you would want the apple to be soft.
Yep.
Yeah.
What? Said off topic. It is.
It is off. This is something my wife suggested to me, that to throw these little things that pop in my head off in there. And what's your favorite Bible scripture?
Oh.
You know, they say we have a life Bible scripture. What's one of your favorites?
One of my favorites is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You were going to say that one. Yeah. Yeah, because I have to encourage myself.
Right.
You know, especially in this industry. Especially
in the business. Yes. I think a lot of people will probably have that one. I have to
encourage myself. Yep. Yep.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, hopefully you're not embarrassed about this, but you shouldn't be, because it brought you money.
Yes.
P-Valley. Oh. That was one of my favorite shows.
You know what's funny about that?
What is it?
When I got the audition, I didn't know what P-Valley meant.
Okay.
I just did the audition, and I was like, okay. And then they said they wanted a little southern accent, so they asked me to do it again with a little bit more of a southern accent. And I was like, and it wasn't a southern accent, it was a different kind of accent that I didn't know. And I said, I don't want to waste anybody's time by me faking something and not being realistic. But they came back and they said, we really want to see you do it. So they must have liked my first audition. They just wanted that tweak. Mm-hmm. So I went on YouTube and I looked up the accent, and right now I can't remember what it was. It might have been Southern. It might have been something else.
It probably has something to do with that region.
Mm-hmm. It did. And so I found 3 or 4 words within the whole script that I was doing that I could give that accent to, instead of, trying to have it all the way through. I just wanted to hint at it. And so I did that, and I turned it back in, and I didn't think nothing of it. And then they wanted to book me, and I was like, yay! And then somebody said, you know what P-Valley is, don't you? I was like, it's a new TV show. You know what the P means? I said, no. They said it's about a strip club. I said, are you kidding me? I was so naive. It just didn't occur to me that there would be something like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, my kids are going to die.
Or love it.
Or whatever it is. It's just not my style. Right. And so they knew that. And so the cool thing is that the role was a woman in jail after the lead character tries to beat up her mama for stealing her location. And they all both get thrown into jail, and I'm in there as one of the prisoners, and I get to talk about why I'm there, because I slit somebody's throat. So it was just fun. It's like I'm not in no strip club. I am not half dressed. So it's cool.
Right. It's real life. People end up in jail sometimes.
It's real. There are things that it's like, I don't want my children, now that they're grown, I don't want my grandchildren or my pastor to watch a lot of stuff that I do.
Right.
And not because of what I do in the show, because what I do in the show is always pretty decent. But the surroundings
right.
that they have to watch to see what I do in this show isn't necessarily something that I want to promote them to see.
Right.
So, you know, there's yin and yang. You do what you have to do. It's work. And it doesn't mean that everything you do, you want everybody to see. You just do what you have to do.
Right. But speaking of yin and yang, the opposite of that was when you played the mother on Dynasty.
That was fun.
Do you think you're the only one dealing with our complicated history? I love Thomas, but I had to protect you from the Carrington backlash. So I walked away. I'm sorry. You're my mom. When a lady...
And that was right during COVID too, so it was really interesting that you didn't really get to interact with everybody. But Michael, the actress, her name is Michael. Michelle Michael, yes. She was very gracious, very kind, worked really well with her, and it was a wonderful scene. I had too much fun with that.
Yeah, she was... you guys made it work too. It was believable. You felt the sincerity in the scene. It was really good.
Thank you. It was a good scene. It was a very good scene to do.
I was hooked on that. I mean, I've watched that whole series twice.
Really?
If I like a series, I'll go back and
watch it again.
I did the same thing last year with The Have and the Have-Nots.
Oh, okay.
Only because...
Wow, how many seasons of that was there?
It was 8. Wow. And I watched that whole thing twice. I mean, what drew me there was Crystal Fox. Who else is in there that I love? My girl, I can't... Angela White. Angela Whitehead. I forget Angela's last. She's gonna kill me. But Angela, you guys know who it is. That's why I watched that show for those two people.
Yeah, Crystal, she was the bomb.
And Crystal is the only one at the finale of that show. She's the only one that lived.
Wow.
Tyler killed everybody the last day. He just killed everyone.
See, now I gotta go watch it because I only watched a couple of seasons of it.
The funniest thing in the world that he would kill everybody, and Crystal's is only one that drove away alive.
See, you making it so I gotta go watch that show now. That is so funny. Catch up on the seasons I missed. That's funny.
Yeah. And have you worked with Lapari? I'm going to have Lapari on the show. Have you ever worked with him in a scene?
We did. And it was such a joy. My first real speaking role was Heat of the Night.
Okay.
And it was the last season.
That's when Crystal was on that show, right?
Yes. But it was the very last season of Heat of the Night. And it was the second to the last episode. And I had been trying to get on there the whole time it was on. I'd auditioned. I had a featured extra role where I was right across the table from the chief.
Shay Griffith casting.
Yeah. Yes. But they cut me out and I didn't get seen. And I was in a scene with Lapari and we were homeless. We were in a trailer park or something and our son witnessed the murder and Bubba came to talk to us. And we were husband and wife.
Wow.
That was I think that's the only time I've actually worked with Lop directly. Yeah. Known him forever.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun, but it was my first speaking role. And I remember when my agent called me and told me I'd scream through the house. It tells you how long ago that was.
I remember that I auditioned for that show probably like 3 times. I never got in. I was new to town. They kept telling me I was too contemporary. Shay would
Yeah.
say that. And I probably was too contemporary, especially back then. I did not know how to do a Southern accent. I eventually learned living here 33 years. I could fall into it easily now, but back then it was kind of challenging. And I was like, please, I'm real. No, it may not be Southern, but it's real. They wanted Southern.
Yeah, it was an interesting show. They recast people in different roles, even on the same show. It was interesting.
Wow. That was a time gone by.
But that was our thing. That one and
it was like 2 shows here back then.
With Regina Taylor. I love Regina Taylor. I'll Fly Away.
I'll Fly Away.
That was a good show. But it was...
Now, Kristen was on Heat of the Night, correct? I'll Fly Away. I remember that. That I never auditioned for.
Yeah.
Well, we will be right back after a few words from our sponsor. Today's sponsor is Box Chicken. You guys, this is me tasting the original flavor of the Box Chicken tender. It is delicious. And I just, you guys just don't know. You have to come and taste this chicken. It is some of the best chicken I've ever tasted in my life. It's boneless, it's skinless, and it's used. What they do is they cook it in the panko batter, and that's a type of breadcrumb they use to create a firmness around the chicken. Now I'm gonna try the spicy flavor. Yes, spicy is my flavor. And wait a minute, oh my God. It is earth-shaking delicious. And let me tell you, it met all, it was very spicy and very delicious at the same time. You gotta try it. But Box Chicken is the spot. It's in West LA on the corner of Pico and Sepulveda. All right, look it up, Google it, you will love it. All right, thank you so much for watching the program today, for checking out the episode with Roxzane T. Mims. Please like and subscribe to the channel. This helps our algorithm. And if you have any comments, please leave them below, and I promise I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Let's get back to the program. Looking at your journey, community theater, family, directing, and now national television and films, what message do you hope young Black women and future performers in Atlanta will take away from your story?
Never give up. I'm no spring chicken. And the one thing that I can always say is that I never quit pressing forward toward my dream. You try different ways, you try different avenues. Sometimes you get thrown off track. You just get back on track. I mean, I don't think stopping for a while to have a family was getting off track. I took a detour and came back to it. And I think that if it's your dream, if it's in your heart, whatever it is, whether it's in the entertainment business, whether it's being a doctor, whatever it is, if it's something that you want and your heart is telling you you want to do that, then go for it. And don't let anybody stray you from it. Don't let hiccups keep you from still going after what it is you want to go after. Get your skill down and keep going. Learn more about it and keep going. I always wonder why when things don't go the way I want it to go. And people always say, the one thing I notice about you is that you never stop going after what it is you want. And so I just say, don't quit. If it's what you want.
What's your favorite movie?
I can't answer that
What?
because people are gonna laugh at me.
No, I want to laugh. I want to laugh.
I mean, I've got a lot of movies, but I can tell you the one that has always had a place.
Okay.
The Wizard of Oz.
Okay. Now, what's funny about that?
Because I don't know, since I was little, I have loved The Wizard of Oz.
So that means you loved Wicked.
I absolutely love Wicked. Oh my gosh, I can't wait till part 2 come out.
November now.
I am so mad that I didn't get a chance to audition for something like that. I love Wicked. And when the play first came out, I didn't get a chance to see it, and I wanted to see it so bad because people are not just wicked.
Right.
Things happen in their life that push them in that direction.
Right.
And I wanted to know why the Wicked Witch was wicked. And I love Wicked, but I love The Wizard of Oz. Since I was little, I watched it every year when it came on. When it came out on DVD, I bought it and I watched it. And
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
I'm not afraid of her. I'll see you reach the wizard.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh, my!
I just love The Wizard of Oz. And I can't really tell you why, but it has a place in my heart.
I think it's our generation too. Because that's one of my favorite movies too.
Yeah. And I love The Wiz because I love the adaptation of it with the music and the dancing. And I was a little disappointed that Stephanie Mills didn't do The Wiz because I saw her in Detroit right before she went on Broadway with it when she was 16 or 17. And I was so inspired by that little girl. I must have been 20-ish or close to that. But she was a little girl. And I was so inspired by her performance in that. Plus, it was The Wiz because it was The Wizard of Oz.
Right.
I just added to it. And so, yeah, it's always been like tops on my list.
I want to thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
The Abe Clark's World Show, and just helping me kick off this ATL Chronicles.
Awesome.
And we're going to do it again with our next guest, LaParie Young, or L.
Warren.
L. Warren Young.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever name he goes by. He switches back and forth. I just don't know.
I always just call him Lop.
Lop. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Roxzane.
Uh-huh.
What do you have coming up?
I just finished shooting Reasonable Doubt.
Okay.
A couple of months ago, and
This is the what season?
3. Season 3, and that's coming out. It's going to start September 18th.
Okay.
And I'm right now in the middle of shooting season 5 of the last 2 episodes of Sweet Magnolia.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about that when that comes out.
And what are some other things that we didn't talk about that we can find you in?
Like Mafia Family. This last season I was on that for an episode. Will Trent, I had a great little episode on Will Trent this past year. So yeah, I did Superman, but my scene got cut out, unfortunately. But it was a great experience working with Jim Gunn. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again for your presence.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel.